We good? So, all right. Hopefully, everyone's having a nice Tuesday. Decent weather out today. We're gonna talk MLS. We're gonna talk NBA. We're gonna talk NHL, and then we're gonna do an NFL power ranking / tier list. Before that, though, I just gotta refill my water. Alright, let's get right into this. So, obviously, starting in the MLS. Starting on Saturday, Vancouver being LAFC in the Pens. It was 2-2, but then 4-3 in the Pens. Miami beat Cincinnati 4-0. New York City beat Philadelphia. This is a game I went to. And San Diego beat Minnesota 1-0. Alright, on to the NBA games. I guess they're all the way back to Friday. So the first game was the Cavaliers beating the Pacers 120-109. For the Pacers, Andrew Nembhard with 32 points, Pascal Siakam with 26, Benedict Mathurin with 21. And then for the Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell with 32 points, Evan Mobley with 22 points, 12 rebounds, DeAndre Hunter with 20, then Darius Garland also with 20. Next game we got is the Toronto Raptors beating the Washington Wizards 140-110. For the Wizards, CJ McCollum with 20 points, Trey Johnson with 14. And for the Raptors, RJ Barrett and Brandon Ingram both with 24 points, Scotty Barnes with 23, as well as Sandra Mamukelashvili. That's a long name. 23, also with 23, and Emmanuel Quickly with 17. Next, I got the Brooklyn Nets beating the Boston Celtics 113-105. For the Nets, Michael Porter Jr. with 33 points. Nick Claxton with 18 points, 12 assists, 11 rebounds, and Noah Clowney with 19. And for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown with 26 points, Anthony Simons with 23, and Nehemias Keita with 16 and 12 rebounds. Next, I got the Miami Heat beating the Chicago Bulls 143-107. For the Heat, Cal Ware with 20 points, 14 rebounds. Norman Powell with 19 points. Bam Adebayo with 18. Davion Mitchell and Pele Larson were both with 16. Keyshawn Johnson with 14 points, 11 rebounds. And then for the Bulls, Ayo Dosunmu with 23 points. Josh Giddey with 19 points, 11 rebounds. Jalen Smith with 14. Next up, we got the Dallas Mavericks beating the New Orleans Pelicans 118-115. For the Pelicans, Trey Murphy Jr. with 25 points, Derek Queen with 20 points, 11 assists, Zion Williamson with 22 points, and Jeremiah Fears with 21. Then for the Mavericks, Cooper Fly with 29 points, PJ Washington with 24, Max Christie with 23. Next up, we have the Phoenix Suns beating the Minnesota Timberwolves 114-113. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards with 41 points, Julius Randle with 20, Jaden McDaniels with 13, Rudy Gobert with 12 points, 12 rebounds. And then for the Suns, Dillon Brooks with 22 points, Colin Gillespie with 20, Mark Williams with 19, Devin Booker with 16 points, 10 assists, as well as Royce O'Neal with 16 as well. Next, we got the Denver Nuggets beating the Houston Rockets 112-109. For the Nuggets, Nikola Jokic with 34 points, 10 rebounds. Jamal Murray with 26 points, 10 assists. Then for the Rockets, Amen Thompson with 22, Reed Shepard with 27, Jabari Smith with 21 points, 11 rebounds. Alpin Sengun with 14, KD with 13. Next, I got the Oklahoma City Thunder beating the Utah Jazz 144-112. For the Thunder, SGA with 31 points, Isaiah Joe with 16, Jalen Williams with 15. And then for the Jazz, Keontae George with 20 points, Lauri Markkanen with 19, Kyle Filipowski with 18. And the final game of the Friday games, the Portland Trailblazers beating the Golden State Warriors 127 to 123. For the Trailblazers, Danny Avdija with 26 points, 13 assists. Caleb Love with 26. Devon Clingan with 22 points, 10 rebounds. Tumani Kamara with 20. And for the Warriors, Steph Curry with 38 points. Jimmy Butler and Brandon Podziemski with 20 points as well. Next up, so on to the Saturday games. The Los Angeles Clippers beating the Charlotte Hornets 131 to 116. For the Clippers, James Harden with 55 points. Big game for him. Zubac with 18. And for the Hornets, Colin Kneppel with 26 points. Brandon Miller with 21. Miles Bridges with 19. LaMelo Ball and Colin Sexton both with 18. Next, we have the Orlando Magic beating the New York Knicks 133 to 121. For the Knicks, Jalen Brunson with 33 points, 11 assists. Karl-Anthony Towns with 24 points. Mikal Bridges with 18. And Jordan Clarkson with 15. Then for the Magic, Franz Wagner with 37 points. Desmond Bane with 27 points. Jalen Suggs with 26. Next up, we got the Atlanta Hawks beating New Orleans Pelicans 115 to 98. For the Hawks, Kristaps Porzingis with 30 points. Fitz Krejci with 21. And Jalen Johnson with 18 points, 11 rebounds. And for the Pelicans, Derek Queen with 20 points. Trey Murphy with 19. Saddiq Bey with 18 points, 11 rebounds. Next up, we got the Detroit Pistons beating the Milwaukee Bucks 129 to 116. For the Pistons, Cade Cunningham with 29 points, 10 assists. Jalen Duren with 19. Tobias Harris with 18. Duncan Robinson with 15. Then for the Bucks, Ryan Rollins with 24 points. Bobby Portis with 18. And AJ Green with 15. Next up, we got the Chicago Bulls beating the Washington Wizards 121 to 120. For the Wizards, Corey Kispert with 20 points. CJ McCollum with 18. Cam Whitmore with 20. Keyshawn George with 17 points, 12 rebounds. Alex Sar with 16 points, 11 rebounds. And then for the Bulls, Nikola Vucevic with 20 points, 12 rebounds. Josh Giddey with 18 points, 11 assists, 12 rebounds. Kobe White with 20. And yeah. Next up, we got the Memphis Grizzlies beating Dallas Mavericks 102 to 96. For the Grizzlies, Santi Aldama with 20 points. Cam Spencer with 17. And Zeki with 12 points, 15 rebounds. And for the Mavericks, Klay Thompson with 22 points. Brandon Williams with 18. PJ Washington with 15. And the final game of the Saturday games, the Sacramento Kings beat the Denver Nuggets 128 to 123. For the Kings, Russell Westbrook with 21 points, 11 assists. Keegan Murray with 19 points. Dennis Schroeder with 21 as well. And DeMar DeRozan with 17. Zach LaVine with 15. Then for the Nuggets, Nikola Jokic with 44 points and 13 rebounds. Jamal Murray with 23 points. Cameron Johnson with 20. And Peyton Watson with 15. On to the Sunday games, the Miami Heat beating the Philadelphia 76ers 127 to 117. For the Heat, Kelly Oubre with 20 points, 16 rebounds. Norman Powell with 32 points. Jimmy Jaquez with 22. Bam Adebayo with 18. And then for the Sixers, Tyrese Maxey with 27 points. Trent Watford with 19. Andre Drummond with 14 points and 24 rebounds. Jeremy McCain with 15 points, as well as Quentin Grimes. All right, next up we got the Cleveland Cavaliers beating the Los Angeles Clippers 120 to 105. For the Clippers, Zubac with 33 points, 18 rebounds. Kawhi Leonard with 20 points and James Harden 19. Then for the Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell with 37 points, Evan Mobley with 18 points and 10 rebounds, and then DeAndre Hunter with 17. Next up we got the Boston Celtics beating the Orlando Magic 138 to 129. For the Magic, Jet Howard with 3 points. Desmond Bain with 18, as well as Jace Richardson. And then Franz Wagner with 15. For the Celtics, Jaylen Brown with 35 points. Anthony Simons with 23. Peyton Pritchard with 19. Derek White and Josh Minotts with 16. Next up, we have the Atlanta Hawks beating the Charlotte Hornets 113-110. For the Hornets, Colin Kneppel with 28 points. Colin Sexton with 22. Miles Bridges with 21. And then for the Hawks, Jalen Johnson with 28 points, 11 assists. Nikhil Alexander-Walker with 23. Dyson Daniels with 22. Onyeka Okongwu with 20. Next, we have the Toronto Raptors being the Brooklyn Nets 119-109. For the Nets, Michael Porter Jr. with 25 points. Noah Clowney with 22. Tyrese Martin with 26. Then for the Raptors, Scotty Barnes with 17. RJ Barrett with 16. Jacoby Walter with 16 as well. Brandon Ingram with 14. Next up, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder being the Portland Trailblazers 122-95. For the Trailblazers, Jeremy Grant with 21 points. And then for the Thunder, SGA with 37 points. AJ Mitchell with 20. And yeah. Next up, the Los Angeles Lakers beating the Utah Jazz 108-106. For the Lakers, Luka Doncic with 33 points, 11 rebounds. Austin Reeves with 22 points, 10 rebounds. And LeBron James with 17. For the Jazz, Keontae George with 27 points. Lauri Markkanen with 20. And yeah. The final game of the Sunday games, they got the Portland Phoenix Suns beating the San Antonio Spurs 111-102. For the Spurs, De'Aaron Fox with 26 points. Devin Vassell with 17. Kellen Johnson with 14. And for the Suns, Dylan Brooks with 25 points. Devin Booker with 24. Jordan Goodwin and Colin Gillespie both with 15. On the yesterday's games, the Detroit Pistons beating the Indiana Pacers 122-117. For the Pistons, Kate Cunningham with 24 points, 11 rebounds. Jalen Durant with 17 points, 12 rebounds. Karis LeVert with 19. And for the Pacers, Pascal Siakam with 24 points. Jarris Walker with 21. TJ McConnell with 16. Benedict Mathurin with 14. Next up, we got the Toronto Raptors beating the Cleveland Cavaliers 110-99. For the Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell with 17 points. Jalen Tyson with 15. And Evan Mobley with 14. Then for the Raptors, Brandon Ingram with 37 points. Scotty Barnes with 18 and 11 rebounds. And yeah. Next, we got the Miami Heat beating the Dallas Mavericks 106-102. For the Mavericks, PJ Washington with 27 points, Max Christie with 15. Then for the Heat, Kelly Oubre with 20 points, 18 rebounds, Tyler Hero with 24, Bam Adebayo with 17. Next, we got the New York Knicks beating the Brooklyn Nets 113-100. For the Knicks, Karl-Anthony Towns with 37 points and 12 rebounds, Jalen Brunson with 27. Mikal Bridges with 16. And for the Nets, Noah Clowney with 31 points, Michael Porter Jr. with 16, and Drake Powell with 15. Oh, whoops. Next, we got the New Orleans Pelicans beating the Chicago Bulls 143-130. For the Bulls, Ayo Dosunmu with 28 points, Kobe White with 24, Josh Giddey with 21. Then for the Pelicans, Zion Williamson with 29 points, Sadiq Bey and Trey Murphy with 20, Jose Alvarado with 16, Jeremiah Fears with 15. Next up, we got the Portland Trailblazers beating the Milwaukee Bucks 115-103. For the Trailblazers, Jeremy Grant with 35 points, Danny Avdia with 22, Devon Kling with 14 points, 11 rebounds. Then for the Bucks, Bobby Portis with 22, Kyle Kuzma with 15, Cole Anthony with 16. Next, we got the Denver Nuggets beating the Memphis Grizzlies 125-115. For the Nuggets, Peyton Watson with 27 points, Jamal Murray with 29, Nikola Jokic with 17 points, 16 assists, 10 rebounds, Cameron Johnson with 18. For the Grizzlies, Jock Landale with 26 points, 10 rebounds, Jalen Wells with 22 points, Jaren Jackson Jr. with 16, Cam Spencer with 18. And then next up, we got the Houston Rockets being the Phoenix Suns, 114-92. For the Rockets, Amen Thompson with 28 points, Aaron Holiday with 22, Alper Sengun with 18, and Jabari Smith with 17. And for the Suns, Dylan Brooks with 29 points, Devin Booker with 18, Colin Gillespie with 16. Next up, we got the Golden State Warriors beating the Utah Jazz 134-117. For the Jazz, Keontae George with 28 points, Ace Bailey with 21, Bryce Sensabaugh with 16, Lauri Markkanen with 17. And then for the Warriors, Steph Curry with 31 points, Buddy Hield with 20, Jimmy Butler with 18, Moses Moody with 15. Final game I got to go over for the NBA, the Sacramento Kings beating the Minnesota Timberwolves 117-112. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards with 43 points, Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle with 17. Randle with also 10 rebounds. Rudy Gobert with 11 points, 13 rebounds. Nasri with 15. For the Kings, DeMar DeRozan with 33 points, Keegan Murray 26, Malik Monk with 22. And so the game in the NBA games tonight, we have Hawks and Wizards, Magic Sixers, and then Clippers and Lakers. A little battle of LA. Okay. That's a lot of basketball to go over. All right, on to NHL. All right, guys, start here. All right, so starting on Friday, the Buffalo Sabres beating the Chicago Blackhawks 9-3. For the Blackhawks, Tyler Bertuzzi with 2 goals, Connor Bedard with 2 assists, and Sam Ritzel with 2 assists, Alex Vlasic with a goal. Then for the Sabres, Ryan McLeod with a goal and assist, as well as Jack Quinn, Jason Zucker with a goal and 2 assists, Alex Tuck with 4 assists, Josh Doan with 2 goals, Tage Thompson with a goal and assist, Bowen Byron with a goal and assist, Mateus Samuelsson with a goal, Ross Dahlin with 2 assists, and Jacob Bryson with a goal and assist. And so I got the Minnesota Wild beating the Pittsburgh Penguins 5-0. For the Wild, Joel Eriksson Ek with a goal and assist, Kirill Kaprizov with a goal and assist, Matt Bodie with 2 goals and assists, Marcus Johansson with a goal, and Brock Faber with 2 assists. Next, we got the Carolina Hurricanes beating the Winnipeg Jets 4-3. For the Hurricanes, Sebastian Aho with 2 assists, Andrei Svechnikov with a goal, Seth Jarvis with a goal, Jordan Staal with 2 goals, and Keandre Miller with 2 assists. And for the Jets, Gabriel Velarde with 2 goals, and Josh Morrissey with a goal. And finally, for the Friday games, the Boston Bruins beating the Los Angeles Kings 2-1. 2 goals for the Bruins is Morgan Geekie, and the 1 goal for the Kings, Joel Armia. On to the Saturday games, the Detroit Red Wings beating the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-3. For the Blue Jackets, Miles Wood with a goal, and Fantilli with a goal, and Zach Werenski with a goal and assist. Then for the Red Wings, Alex DeBrincat with a goal, Patrick Kane with 2 assists, Lucas Raymond with a goal, Ben Sherrod with a goal and assist, and Mo Sider with a goal and assist. Next, we got the St. Louis Blues beating the New York Islanders 2-1. For the Blues, the 2 goals, Brandon Shen and Pia Suter, and the 1 goal for the Islanders, Anders Lee. Next, we got the Montreal Canadiens beating the Toronto Maple Leafs 5-2. For the Maple Leafs, William Nylander with a goal and assist, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson with a goal. And for the Canadiens, Josh Anderson with 2 goals, Ivan Davidoff with 2 assists, Noah Dobson with 2 goals, Lane Hudson with a goal, and Mike Matheson with 2 assists. Next, we got the Philadelphia Flyers beating the New Jersey Devils 6-3. For the Devils, Timo Meier with a goal, Jesper Bratt with 3 assists, Nico Hischier with 2 goals and assists. Then for the Flyers, Sean Couturier with 2 assists, Trevor Zegras with a goal, Tyson Forster with 2 goals, Noah Cates with a goal and 2 assists, Bobby Brink with a goal, Mate Michkov with a goal, and that. Next, we have the Seattle Kraken beating the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-2. For the Kraken, Matty Beniers with a goal, Mason Marshman with a goal and assist, Brad Molitor with a goal, and Riker Evans with 2 assists. And for the Penguins, Evgeny Malkin with a goal, and Sidney Crosby with a goal and assist. That's where the Edmonton Oilers beating the Florida Panthers 6-3. For the Oilers, Vasily Podkolzin with a goal, Jack Roslovic with 2 goals, Connor McDavid with a goal, Matt Savoy with a goal, and Matthias Ekholm with a goal and 2 assists, Evan Bouchard with 3 assists. And for the Panthers, Anton Lundell with a goal and assist, Mackie Samsakevich with a goal and assist, Sam Reinhart with a goal, and yeah. Next up, the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Washington Capitals 5-3. Oliver Bjorkstrand for the Lightning. Oliver Bjorkstrand with a goal. Anthony Cirelli with a goal and assist. Nikita Kucherov with a goal and 2 assists. Brandon Hagel with 2 goals and 2 assists. Then for the Capitals, Justin Sordiff with a goal. Ethan Frank with a goal, and Jacob Chikrin with a goal and assist. Next up, we have the Ottawa Senators beating the San Jose Sharks 3-2. For the Senators, Dylan Cousins with a goal, Tim Stützle with a goal and assist, and Fabian Zetterlund with a goal. For the Sharks, Barclay Goodrow with a goal, and John Klingberg with a goal. Next up, we have the Colorado Avalanche beating the Nashville Predators 3-0. The 3 goals for the Avalanche, Jack Drury, Nathan McKinnon, and Brent Burns. Next up, we get the Utah Mammoth beating the New York Rangers 3-2. For the Rangers, Artemi Panarin with a goal, and Vladislav Gavrikov with a goal and assist. And for the Mammoth, Clayton Keller with a goal, JJ Peterka with a goal, and Nick DeSimeone with a goal as well. Next, we got the Anaheim Ducks beating the Vegas Golden Knights 4-3 in overtime. For the Golden Knights, Brandon Bowman with a goal, Tomas Hertl with a goal, and Shea Theodore with a goal, Jack Eichel with 2 assists. And then for the Ducks, Troy Terry with a goal and assist, Cutter Gauthier with a goal and assist, Owen Zellweger with a goal, and Jackson Lacombe with a goal and assist. In the last Saturday game, the Calgary Flames beating Dallas Stars 3-2 in a shootout. For the Stars, Ruppe Henson, Jason Robinson with a goal. Robinson also with an assist. And for the Flames, Matt Coronado with a goal. Nazem Kadri 2 assists. Joel Farabee with a goal. And yeah. On to the Sunday games. The Buffalo Sabres beating the Carolina Hurricanes 4-1. The only goal for the Hurricanes being Shane Gostisbehere. And for the Sabres, Tage Thompson, Beck Malestein, and Alex Tuck, and Jack Quinn all with goals, and then Ryan McLeod with 2 assists. Next, we have the Minnesota Wild beating the Winnipeg Jets 3-0. The Wild, Kirill Kaprizov, Danilo Yurov, and Brock Faber all with goals. Next up we got is the Seattle Kraken beating the New York Islanders 1-0. No regulation goals, just a shootout. Next, we got Colorado Avalanche beating the Chicago Blackhawks 1-0. The only goal in this game being Cale Makar. Next, we got the San Jose Sharks beating the Boston Bruins 3-1. For the Bruins, the only goal being Morgan Geekie. And for the Sharks, Macklin Celebrini with a goal and assist. Colin Graff with a goal. And Shakir Mukhamadullin with a goal. In the final Sunday game, we got the Calgary Flames beating the Vancouver Canucks 5-2. For the Flames, Igor Sharangovich with a goal, Connor Zary with a goal, Blake Coleman with a goal and assist, Mikael Backlund with 2 assists, as well as Nazem Kadri. Morgan Frost with a goal, Kevin Ball with a goal, and Rasmus Anderson with 3 assists. And for the Canucks, Quinn Hughes and Philip Hronik with goals. All right, we're almost there. Alright, on to yesterday's games. The New Jersey Devils beating the Detroit Red Wings 4-3. For the Red Wings, Dylan Larkin with the goal, Alex Brinkhead with a goal, and James Van Riemsdyk with the goal. For the Devils, Timo Mara with the goal and assist, Cody Glass with a goal, Nico Hischier with a goal and assist, as well as Connor Brown. And so with the Tampa Lightning beating the Philadelphia Flyers 3-0. For the Lightning, Brandon Hagel 2 goals and assists. Nikita Kucherov with 3 assists. Anthony Cirelli with a goal and an assist. Next, we got the New York Rangers beating the St. Louis Blues 3-2. The 2 goals for the Blues being Brayden Schenn and Dylan Holloway. And for the Rangers, Adam Enstrom with a goal, Vincent Trocheck with a goal, and Alexis Lafreniere with a goal. Next, we got the Washington Capitals beating the Columbus Blue Jackets 5-1. The only goal for the Blue Jackets being Denton Matejchuk. And for the Capitals, Tom Wilson with a goal and assist. Justin Stordiff with a assist. John Carlson with a goal and assist. Martin Ferravari with a goal. And Jacob Chikrin with 2 goals. Next, we have the Florida Panthers beating Nashville Predators 8-3. For the Panthers, Evan Rodriguez with a goal and assist. Jesper Boquist with a goal. Connor Verhaeghe with a goal and 2 assists. AJ Greer with 2 goals and assists. Sam Bennett with a goal. Sam Reinhart with a goal and 2 assists. Uvis Balanskis with 2 assists. Gustav Forsling with a goal and assist. For the Predators, Phil Forsberg with a goal. Fedor Svechkov with a goal, and then Nick Blankenberg with a goal. Next, we have the Los Angeles Kings beating the Ottawa Senators 2-1. The only goal for the Senators being Fabian Zetterlund. And for the Kings, Warren Foegele and Brent Clark with goals. Last game to go over is the Utah Mammoth beating the Vegas Golden Knights 5-1. The only goal for the Golden Knights being Ivan Barbashev, and then for the Mammoth, Dylan Gauthner with a goal and an assist. Logan Cooley with 4 goals and a assist. And Nate Schmidt with 2 assists. Logan Cooley had a huge night last night. The only game tonight, Stars and Oilers. All right. I gotta refill my water bottle. Yeah, let me refill my water bottle and use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. We're back. Let's now get on with these power rankings / tier list. So first team we got is the Washington Commanders. They had their bye week. I'm pretty sure I had them in F tier. That they're gonna stay in F tier. So yeah, not really much to talk about there. Next team we got is the Las Vegas Raiders. They obviously lost to the Cleveland Browns. They're also going F tier. They're just a horrible team. I mean, this team just doesn't. This team can't do anything. They're just horrible, bad. Yeah, I mean, not much to talk about there. Next up, we got the Chargers. Chargers, they also had their bye week. I think I had them in B tier. Yeah, it's not going to change. So now nothing changes there. Next, we got the Tennessee Titans, who lost to Seattle Seahawks. They're going F tier. Again, they have 1 win. No explanation needed there. And then also for next team, New Orleans Saints, who lost to the Atlanta Falcons, they're also going F tier. So yeah, first out of the first 5 teams that we've done so far are an F tier. So, yeah. Next up, we got it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who got absolutely destroyed by the Los Angeles Rams. They're still somehow in first place in the division, so I guess I'll probably just put them in B tier. I mean, yeah, I think they had them in the A tier last week, so they automatically have to drop because they got absolutely obliterated. Yeah, they got absolutely destroyed. Not much to say about them. Next up, we had the Carolina Panthers, who lost to the 49ers, obviously, last night. I have to put them in C tier because, I mean, that offense looked atrocious last night. Yeah, like that was just like their defense was doing everything right. Their defense was holding up. It's just that offense was horrible. They pretty much did nothing last night. But yeah, Panthers, they gotta go C tier for sure. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who obviously lost to Chicago Bears. I'm have to put them in B tier because I mean, again, I still think that the Steelers are still they're still a decent team. They're just very up and down in my opinion. They feel like one week they beat this team, the next week they lose. It's like they're very inconsistent in my opinion. I think I need to start. I think I want to see a little bit more consistency out of them. Before I really make them consider them a serious contender. Next team we got is the Jacksonville Jaguars. They also beat the Arizona Cardinals. I think I put the Jaguars B tier. I'm not sure they're quite A tier yet. I don't think they're quite A. Yeah, they're not. I mean, like it's very close. I'll say it's very close, but I think they're the game. I think they're right there. They're right there at A tier. I think if they get like another win or something, I think that I'll probably put them in A tier, but B tier, I think it's fair. Next, we got New York Giants, who lost to the Detroit Lions in overtime. Regardless, actually, they're actually the first. They're somehow the first team eliminated from the playoffs. They're the first and only team to be eliminated from playoff contention so far. Even the Titans have one win. But yeah, the Giants. Yeah, it's just not been good for them. Next up, we got the Miami Dolphins. They had a bye week. I had them in D tier, so that nothing really changes there. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles, who lost to the Dallas Cowboys. I mean that the Eagles in the first the first half, the first quarter and a half, dominant. They looked dominant, but then the rest of the game, the offenses did nothing. It's just like it almost felt like the comeback was like inedible. You know what I'm saying? As soon as the Cowboys started scoring, it almost felt like a comeback was like gonna happen. You saw it coming from a mile away. So I have to put the Eagles in A tier. They have to drop. They're still a good team, but I mean they can't be. There's not an S tier anymore. Next up, we got the Houston Texans, who obviously beat the Buffalo Bills. A big win for them. Put them right in B tier. They really could be in contention to win that division. Like the Colts, the Jaguars, and the Texans, and that little those three teams that could be very close. Texans, I think they're right there, but I've put them in B tier. Pretty much right where the Jaguars are. Next up, we have the San Francisco 49ers, who beat the Carolina Panthers. The 49ers defense is same situation with the Panthers. Like the offense was horrible. Outside of Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey's an absolute baller. But again, like that defense though, that Niners defense, despite the injuries, still unbelievable. I have to put the Niners in A tier. I know it's only the Carolina Panthers, but like, I mean, the Panthers are in contention, are trying to make a wild card push, so like they're trying to make the wild card. So I mean, like being a team, like that's a huge win for the Niners. That's a huge win for them. They absolutely needed that. Next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys, who obviously beat the Philadelphia Eagles. The thing with the Cowboys is it's like again they're so up and down. Like 1 week they lose to like a mediocre team, and then the next week they beat like one of the best teams in the NFC. I'm gonna put the Cowboys in B tier. But I don't know, they just feel like I don't know. It's just like I think at home, like at home, they're like unbelievable. Like they're great. They're a really good home team. It's just like on the road they're not good. But I'll still put them in B tier though. Next we got the Chicago Bears, who beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bears, I think, have to go A tier. They have to stay in A tier. I mean, they're 8-3. They're 8-3 for a reason. They have to stay in A tier. Like I can't take them. I can't put them like out of it. I can't have them like anywhere below A tier. Like a team that's 8-3 should not be lower than A tier. So next we got the Indianapolis Colts, who lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. So yeah, I'll say that I have to put them in A tier. So they also drop a tier as well. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because the Colts went what was an S tier obviously before. Like they were an S tier for like a couple weeks, but now I have to. That loss to Kansas City. Yeah, I have to take some out of S tier. Next team we got the New England Patriots, who beat the Cincinnati Bengals. I think are the Patriots the first team to 10 wins? I mean, regardless, they're S tier. I mean, like they're. I know that the opponents they've beaten haven't been good. I mean, but they did beat the Bucs. I mean, they're 10-2 though. It's like I don't know how you don't have them in S tier if they're when they're 10-2. Like I feel like it feels like they're like an obvious like S tier, in my opinion. See, next time we got the Baltimore Ravens, who beat the New York Jets. Gotta probably put them in B tier. Yeah, I mean, they're not. They now have the same record as the Steelers. That's insane, bro? The Ravens were literally 1-6 or 1-5. They were like 3 or 4 games behind the Steelers, and now they have the same record. Crazy comeback for them. But yeah, they have like them and the Steelers have the same record, so I mean they gotta be in the same tier, right? Next we have the Atlanta Falcons, who beat the New Orleans Saints. I mean, they're still gonna go D tier. Yeah, you beat the Saints. Congratulations. Still not a good team though. D tier. Next we have the Seattle Seahawks, who they beat the Titans. They gotta go S tier. Again, they have to be S tier because I know they only beat the Titans, but still, this team still feels like a team that's this team is like nearly like, unless you're like the Rams, like the Seahawks are gonna be like a team that's like you can't really beat them. Like you cannot beat the Seahawks. So yeah, I mean they gotta go be an S tier along with the Patriots as well. Next we got the Cleveland Browns, who beat the Las Vegas Raiders. D tier, I guess. Again, like the Raiders, not the Raiders, the Browns. They're just like Shador Sanders is Shador Sanders actually had a decent first game, That defense is pretty good. They do have a pretty good defense, but still, I mean, the Browns are just not good. See, next up we got the Buffalo Bills, who lost to the Houston Texans. The thing is, I don't know. I'm not sure what to think of the Bills, bro. They feel like a very up and down team, dude. They feel very up and down. Actually, do I move the Bucks down? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I move the Bucks down to C tier. I'm still leaving the Bills in B tier. They're still 7-4. It's just, again, they're just like very inconsistent. Like they have 1 week they put up 40, next week they put up like 15. Like there's no consistency with the Bills. That's a problem. So I mean they have to be in B tier. See, next up we got the New York Jets, who lost to Ravens. I guess F tier. I don't like what do you want me to say about the Jets? They're horrible. Next up we got the Detroit Lions, who beat the New York Giants. Here's the thing with the Lions: they're also 7-4, but they could have lost that game. They honestly could have lost that game to the Giants. I just don't feel good about the Lions. I'm not gonna lie. The thing is, I don't know. We have a lot of beat. No, I'm moving the Bucks down. I'm moving the Bucks down C tier. Because actually, that Baker Mayfield injury could really hurt them. Yeah, that Baker Mayfield injury could actually really hurt them. So yeah, I should move them down the C tier. I mean, the thing with the Bucks is that they just have way too many injuries. Actually, I might have to move the Cowboys down too. I know they just beat the Eagles. I mean, yeah, it's the thing. They beat the Eagles. And they did it in comeback fashion too. And with back to the Lions, yeah, I mean they nearly beat the Giants. They could have lost that game. But yeah. Next up with the Green Bay Packers, who destroyed the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, yeah, you destroyed the Vikings, but the Vikings are horrible. I mean, they're still 7. I'll put them B tier. Like, whoever wins this game between the Lions and Packers on Thanksgiving, I think will probably drop to C tier. Or at least have a good chance of dropping to C tier. But regardless, yeah. See, next up we got the Cincinnati Bengals, who lost the Patriots. They actually have the same record as the Browns. Ew. Yeah, they're going D tier. I did not think that the Bengals and the Browns had the same record. Yeah, that's stinky. D tier. Next up we got is the Denver Broncos. I think they had a bye week. Pretty sure they had a bye week. Yeah, they had a bye week. I had them in S tier. They're gonna say in S tier. Yeah. Next up we got the Minnesota Vikings, who got blown away by the Packers. This might seem kind of. Do I put them in F tier? Or is that harsh? Nah, I'll leave them in D tier. The Vikings are just horrible. Again, the Vikings just suck. They're just not good in any way. Next up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs, who beat the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, I guess B tier. We have a lot of B tier teams. I mean, again, they're 6-5. But then they beat the Colts. They beat the Colts. Again, they're just way too like inconsistent in my opinion. They're like, I mean, not necessarily inconsistent. It's just like they're not good on the road. Like they're insane at home, but they're not good on the road. Kind of like the Cowboys. Actually, I mean, they actually play against each other, but the game's in Dallas, so that should be a little indicator. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals, who lost to the Jaguars in overtime. But the 3-8. Gotta go with the D tier teams. Here we go. Last team we got is the Los Angeles Rams, who obviously destroyed the Bucks. You want kind of considering? I feel like the Rams are like way and above. Like I think they're way better than these teams in S tier. Do I make an own tier for the Rams, or should I just put them in S tier, and I just have them like way in front? I feel like the Rams are just like miles clear of even like these teams in S tier. Like that's how like dominant I feel the Rams are. That's how dominant the Rams are. Now I'll leave it. I'll just put them in S tier. I don't think they deserve their own tier. Like to be able to deserve like to be able to like deserve your own tier above S tier, you have to be like possibly one of the greatest like teams of all time. Like maybe like my when I do like my NBA tier list / power rankings, maybe I think on Friday. I'm not gonna be streaming on Thursday for Thanksgiving. I think when I do my next NBA tier list, I could put the Thunder in its own separate tier. I really could. But I mean the Rams, I'm not sure they're quite like deserving of that quite yet. If the Rams like win out, yeah, I could see them having their own tier. But I mean I'll stick them to S tier though. All right, so yeah, this is my my tier list right here. Actually, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the Cowboys. Anyway, yeah, this I think it's my tier list. It's ranking within the tiers. I mean, the Giants are the first team eliminated. Titans and Giants. I mean, jeez. I'll probably say Titans and Giants, then Raiders, then Jets and Saints and Commanders. Then in terms of D tier, I'll probably go this is tough. I actually might put the Vikings dead last in D tier. I'll probably say then Browns, then I'll probably do Vikings, then Cardinals, then Browns and Bengals and Falcons and Dolphins. C tier is perfectly fine. Now this whole bundle in B tier, I think Cowboys definitely have to be last in B tier. 100% they're last in B tier. Actually, let me see something. Like who the Cowboys beat before the Eagles? Like before the Eagles game. Let me see. Yeah, they beat the Raiders. But then they lost to the Cardinals. Like, bro, who loses to the Cardinals? Dude, this might actually be like they're like right in between B and C tier. Nah, I'll put I think I have my official decision. They're C tier. We have too many teams in B tier anyway. Anyway, in B tier I'll probably go. Actually, I'm going to go Steelers, Ravens, Chiefs, Packers, Lions, Bills. I have to put the Jaguars ahead of the Chargers. Chargers, Jaguars, Texans. Boom, there you go. That's B tier for you. In A tier, I might have to go Eagles, then Niners, between the Bears and the Colts. I'll still give it to the Colts. Yeah, the Bears. So then Bears and Colts. And then STR probably goes Seahawks. I'll go Seahawks 4, then Broncos, then Patriots at 2. Rams are number 1. I have to say it. The Rams have to be number 1. If I think they're I know the Patriots have 10 wins. I know the Patriots are the first team to have 10 wins. But the Rams, they're just dominant. They dominate good teams. I feel that outside the Seahawks, they dominate good teams. The Patriots they squeak by the bad teams, but the Rams dominate the bad teams. They dominate some the mid tier teams. The Rams gotta be number 1. So yeah, there you go. That's my tier list / power rankings. So that's gonna be the end of the stream. So follow me. So yeah, we talked MLS, we talked NBA, NHL, and we also did NFL tier list / power rankings. So yeah, follow me on social, subscribe to YouTube, follow me on TikTok and Instagram, follow me on Twitch. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.